Hello and welcome to my complete guide on Zoom conferencing tool. My name is Praveen Balan. Before we start, let us take a quick look at some of the features of Zoom. It has a free and a paid version. For more details about paid version, you can take a look at the Zoom's website. It is a very highly rich feature tool. It has got meetings option, it has got video webinars, phone systems, chat, and conference rooms. The first part we will speak more about how to join, and the second part we will speak more about organizing a Zoom meeting. In most cases, you will be a guest to a Zoom meeting wherein you will receive a meeting invitation in the form of a code or a URL. So in that case, you don't require any account in Zoom. You can join to a meeting as a guest. So we will just see how can we join to a meeting as a guest. Click the link, and if you don't have the tool available, it will automatically download and ask you to enter the guest name and then click to join the meeting. In this case, I'm using my computer, and I will also show you how can it be done from a mobile. Choose the option whether with video, without video, and it will be place you in a lobby, and the host will admit you since you're a guest. Once done, you will be part of the meeting, and you can choose the audio device, and you are in. Now you can see who is the host. It is dummy Zoom in this case, and click the participant to see who all are part of the meeting. Alongside, you can see the other control buttons as well, which starts with screen share, recording, and other options. So see another button, say reactions. You can react to something in the meeting with upload or thumbs up. Chat is something that you can interact with others without disturbing the whole meeting. You can actually chat with the whole meeting participants, or if you want to privately chat with somebody in the same window. You also have some specific settings in the video. You can set a virtual background. You can change the camera if you have more than one camera connected to your machine. At times you also want to hide the people who are not open their video camera, so you have those options available. You also have the audio settings there available. Choose the headsets or the laptop speaker you want to use, mic settings if you want. If you want to increase the volume of the mic, you can do that. The screen sharing, you can set some controls. The next tab is virtual background, as we spoke a while ago. You can choose a background. For example, if your room is not that neat and clean, you can set a background, a virtual background of your choice, so that the others will not see the ugly side of your room. The next section is the recording, and it actually helps you change the path where you want to record if you plan to record any meetings. Get back to the meeting. I'm trying to share, and it says you have no permissions, which means the host has the full control who have what permission in the meeting. The moment that he allows or she allows, I will be able to share my screen. Now I'm able to share. I can choose what to share and in a very controlled manner. But this is not available in mobile or tablets. The controls are more in computer when you use a computer for joining a virtual meeting. What I find more interesting in sharing is you can even choose a portion of your window to share. Once done, you can stop sharing. The same goes for recording as well. It is not available for all the participants unless you are allowed to record. And if you wish to record, you can request the host to allow you to record so that you can start the recording process. Once the permission is assigned and you start the recording, you have two options, either to pause or to stop. Once paused, you have also option to resume as usual. And once you stop the recording, it will be available for you to copy it from the location that we have. The recording will be available once the meeting is over. Let us quickly also see how can you join a meeting with the meeting ID. Open the Zoom application, click join a meeting and enter the meeting code and click join. And then you will be part of the meeting once the host admits you. And the similar process goes as we've just explained. Let's see how we see when somebody is sharing their screen. Now I'm going to share it from my host tab. I'm going to share it from my Samsung tab and you will see it here. Now you can see my Samsung tab is completely shared. There is no selective share and all the participants can see what I'm sharing from a Samsung tab. So this is just to give you how the screen sharing work from a device. You also have options like whiteboard sharing and some other features, not only sharing a screen. So we will see that as we progress on this video. Now we've seen how can we do it from a computer. Let's see how it functions from a mobile. Process is almost the same. Click the link and if you already have the Zoom installed, it will ask you to choose Zoom and we will be part of the meeting after entering the guest name. Of course, the host has to admit you because you are joining as a guest without a username and password. Most features are available from mobile as well. You can mute, unmute, start video, share screen, participants view. And in share itself, you have almost every possible options like share a whiteboard, screen, bookmark, URL, document, photo. And the only difference is screen sharing goes the whole screen. The guest can also invite others if it is allowed by the host. As like the Windows machine or any desktop, you can also chat with somebody in the video conferencing privately or with everybody. You can also change the layout, how it look like by swiping the screen on the mobile or a tab, and it will change the layout and you can choose the layout which suits best for you. Very quickly also see how the sharing works from a mobile. If you choose to share some documents, you will have to give permission on your device to browse your files in it. And this time I plan to share a whiteboard and it will be shared across all the guests and they can also interact on the same whiteboard, and whoever is interacting, it will come in different colors. And in this demo, I will also try to modify or interact from a computer and show you how will this display for all the people to whom it has been shared. Switching to my computer now, just to show you how is it showing for me in my computer. Now this is my computer. Since it is shared from a mobile, it actually covers only the mobile area. Whatever I am writing from the computer, it is coming in purple color. And you can draw arrow, you can draw shapes, you can type by clicking T. So you have multiple interactive methods. Change the layout to view side by side so that you can confirm that this is from a computer. Now you can see on my right who are all the participants, and on the left side it is the screen which is shared from the mobile, and the interaction is from my computer and from my mobile. So it becomes more interactive when you actually involve multiple people who are part of the meeting rather than a one-side speech. So that's where the online meeting becomes so productive. Let us switch back to mobile. Now the same screen there. So let's end the screen sharing or the whiteboard sharing. And I think that is pretty much what you can do from mobile or a computer as a guest to the meeting. Now we will slowly move into the organizer or the host part of the Zoom meeting. In this section, so we will be more focused on organizing and managing a Zoom meeting as a host, or how to schedule a Zoom meeting. As an organizer, it is preferred to use from computer. Log in with the account that you created with Zoom. You have 4 options there. The first one is the new meeting, to start an instant meeting. The second one is joining, similar to a guest. And third one is schedule, which is to schedule a meeting for a later usage. You can see there is a personal meeting ID, which is nothing but a permanent ID allocated to your account when you created an account with Zoom. You can use the personal meeting ID all the time, or you can always create a new meeting request and not the ID which gets created every time. Doesn't really matter much. So the share screen is used mostly to support another person, like we use the TeamViewer, or I don't know, you may be using different application to share the screen. The next important tab for you is the meetings tab. You will see all the meetings that you created here, and also the meetings that you plan to join if you have an integrated calendar. So we mostly pointed or targeting towards the meeting that we created, and the moment the time reaches, or during the time itself, we can start the meeting. So you also have an option to edit the meeting and change some of the features if you wish to. Now let's get back to the home screen, and let me create a new meeting. I'm unticking the personal meeting ID, because if you wish to maintain the personal meeting ID every time, you can keep that ticked. And you also can do some settings in the personal meeting ID PMI settings. You can only change the personal meeting ID if you have a paid account, but you can change the password of the meeting ID, and you can also set some basic settings, like whether you want to start the video when you start with personal meeting ID, or the participant join with the video, those kind of very small things if you wish to, so that it becomes personalized. And whenever you create a meeting request with the PMI, these settings will be in effect. Start a meeting with PMI. The video is disabled because that is the default settings that we made a while ago. The meeting is now created. I'm joining with the computer audio. Now you can see the password is there, the same that we set in the PMI earlier, and the numeric password which gets created every time when we create a meeting. This is usually for the people who join through mobile or the regular voice calls, not to the internet Zoom account. I just copied that Zoom meeting link, and this is the link that you can share with anybody who you wish to part of the meeting, and then send it through WhatsApp, email, SMS, or whatever the means that you wish to send it, and they can join by clicking the link and straight into the Zoom application. Or you can invite others by their email address. You can use either Outlook as a mail application, or you can use Gmail directly from the web browser. Those kind of flexibilities are there. And when the guest joins, admit them. You can see that Praveen Balan, and myself, I'm joining from a mobile, and the host must admit. Account or guest attendee, you have more control on the guest who's joining to the meeting that you organized. So you can actually mute them all. You can also disable the unmute function from the other side. You also can take them out of the meeting if you wish, and you can stop them sharing anything. You can stop them from recording. Those kind of settings that we have seen in the guest access. Whenever they try to share a screen, it was initially not allowing, and then when the host allowed them to share, they started sharing it. So these are the options that you need to really play with in order to ensure that the meeting progresses well without disturbing the all participants. Usually in a Zoom meeting, you can expect around like 20 to 50 or 90 people, and it is important that you manage the meeting efficiently without hurting others or disturbing others, ensuring that the meeting progresses well. So the responsibility of a meeting organizer is very important, and you need to be very sure that what permission should be allocated when you create a meeting. While I was speaking to you, now I've enabled the sharing permission for all the participants, but only one can share at a time, so that there won't be clashes between. So let's see if Praveen from mobile is, the mobile is now shared. As I mentioned earlier, when you share a screen from a mobile, it shares the whole screen. So just to show you that this is sharing, so I'm stopping it. As I mentioned earlier, that you can invite people by using this method, default email, which usually be the Outlook, or I've chosen the Gmail account. And since I already logged in, it did not ask me the username and password. I'm sending this invitation. It contains all the information that is required for the guest to join my other device in order to show you that 3 people are there in the meeting, so that the layout will look differently. Now I'm joining from Samsung Galaxy tab, so just admitted. So now we have 3 people. So this is similar to what we have seen it in the guest joining section, in the first section that we discussed. I'm not going to discuss more in detail here. Now you can see that when I click mute all, it just says mute all. And you also have an option, if somebody is not sharing their video, you can ask them to share the video. Or if somebody is already sharing a video, you're seeing that the video is not relevant for this meeting, you can also stop the video of another participant. These kind of flexibilities are there as an organizer. So finally, we are into the scheduling a meeting option. Usually, we use this option a lot because we don't get into a meeting as and when we speak. So we actually schedule a meeting for a later period. So you can use this schedule a meeting option and choose the time. Please note that a Zoom meeting can only hold, if it is a free account, to up to 40 minutes. So you need to ensure that you choose the meeting for that 40 minutes and ensure that the people are joining on to the meeting on time. Set the settings right. This is self-explanatory anyway. Set the password if you want a new password. Video settings. Choose the calendar, the one that you want to use. You can change all these settings after you schedule as well. You can share this information over an email or through WhatsApp, your convenient channel. The only thing that is very important is the schedule. People should join to the meeting as we set the time. Let me also show you how can you edit the already scheduled meeting and change the calendar to Google Calendar and send it as a Google Calendar invite to the people. By default now Google Calendar adds the Google Meet. You can remove that because we will be using the Zoom meeting. I'll be removing it in a while, so I removed it. And then you save it. When you save it, if you added more recipient, it will also ask you to send the meeting invite. Since I haven't added anybody, it just saved onto my calendar, and you can see that it is already available there, and it will remind the people to join on time. So this is pretty much about Zoom meetings. How can you manage it? And I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please subscribe the channel, share the video and share your comments or questions if any. I will come back with another one soon. Till then, me Praveen Balan signing off. Stay safe and do better.